Chosen ones, the truth is finally out. God has sealed their fate and there's no turning back. Your enemies will not be saved. They have crossed the line too many times and now the consequences are inevitable. You might have wondered why they continue to plot against you, why they seem to face no punishment for their wrongs, and why it feels like their darkness overshadows your light. But here's the truth that no one dares to say out loud. They are already judged. Their actions have spoken, and the divine verdict is in. They have exhausted all chances of redemption because they chose to go against God's anointed ones. This isn't just about revenge or karma, it's about divine justice. They laughed at your pain, took advantage of your kindness, and tried to break your spirit, thinking there would be no consequences. But every tear you shed was counted. Every time you were hurt in silence, heaven took note. And now the scales of justice are tipping. Their time is up and the door to salvation has closed on them. They are reaping what they have sown, and no prayer, no plea, no sacrifice will save them. They are trapped in the prison they built for you. You see, God doesn't forget. He watched every betrayal, every plot, and every word spoken against you. Your enemies thought they were clever, that no one saw them manipulating, lying, and deceiving. But the all-seeing eye of God misses nothing. They built their lives on lies and falsehoods, and now those lies are crumbling around them. They created traps for you, but they are the ones falling into them. They celebrated your struggles, but now their laughter has turned to cries. This is divine justice in action. They mocked you for your faith, for holding on to hope when everything seemed lost. They called you weak because you chose to forgive instead of fight, to love instead of hate. But they were wrong. Your mercy was not a sign of weakness. It was proof of your strength, and God saw it all. He saw you hold your tongue when you could have retaliated. He saw you pray for them even when they cursed your name. And because of your faithfulness, He has stepped in to defend you. This is not about seeking revenge. It's about releasing the burden of pain and letting divine justice take its course. You no longer need to carry the weight of their actions. God is handling it. They had the chance to change, to repent, to seek forgiveness, but they refused. They chose darkness over light, lies over truth, and hate over love. And now they must live with the consequences of their choices. Their fate is sealed, not by your hands, but by their own actions. If you don't understand this truth, you risk staying trapped in their negativity. You risk carrying the pain, resentment, and anger they caused you, allowing it to consume you from within. You see, when you hold on to their actions, you give them power over your life. You let their lies define your truth, their hate shape your heart, and their betrayal dictate your destiny. But you are more than what they did to you. You are chosen, protected, and divinely favored. They wanted to break you, to see you fall, to watch you give up on your purpose. They wanted to destroy your faith, to make you doubt yourself, and to silence your voice. But they failed. You are still here, still standing, still rising. They threw stones at you, but you built a foundation of strength. They spoke lies about you, but you continued to walk in truth. They tried to dim your light, but you continued to shine even brighter. But here's the danger. If you continue to focus on them, you will miss the blessings God has prepared for you. If you keep asking why they did what they did, you will remain stuck in the past, unable to move forward. If you keep hoping for their apology or waiting for their regret, you will remain chained to their decisions. They no longer matter. Their opinion of you is irrelevant. Their judgment holds no weight. Their fate is sealed, and it is no longer your concern. Your life is moving forward, and they are no longer a part of it. If you keep looking back, you will miss the miracles unfolding right in front of you. God is preparing a table for you, but you cannot sit at it if you are still worried about those who betrayed you. You cannot receive your blessings if your heart is still heavy with bitterness. You cannot step into your destiny if your mind is occupied with their actions. Let them go. Their fate is sealed, and it no longer affects you. They have chosen their path, and you must choose yours. God has seen your pain, your tears, and your struggles. He knows how hard it was for you to keep your faith when everything seemed hopeless. He knows the nights you cried in silence, wondering why they did what they did. But he also saw your resilience, your courage, and your unwavering belief in his promise. And because of your faith, he is opening doors no man can shut, blessing you in ways you never imagined. But you must release the past. You must forgive not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. You must let go of the anger, the resentment, and the pain they caused you. Their fate is sealed, and they will face the consequences of their actions. They are no longer your burden to carry. Their darkness cannot dim your light unless you let it. Their lies cannot break your spirit unless you believe them. You are free from their influence, and your destiny is in God's hands. God's judgment is final. There is no appeal, no reversal, no escape. When he speaks, the universe listens. When he moves, mountains shift. And when he judges, no power in heaven or earth can change his decision. Your enemies thought they were untouchable, that their actions had no consequences. They believed their lies could hide the truth, their manipulation could control the narrative, and their hate could overpower your light. But they were wrong. God has sealed their fate, and they will face the consequences of their choices. They laughed at your struggles, mocked your faith, and celebrated your failures. They thought they were winning, but they were only digging their own graves. Every time they tried to break you, they broke themselves. Every time they spoke lies against you, they cursed themselves. Every time they plotted against you, they trapped themselves. They didn't realize that by going against you, they were going against God himself. You see, you are chosen. You are protected. You are divinely favored. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, not because you are powerful, but because God is with you. Your enemies thought they were fighting you, but they were fighting God's purpose for your life. And no one, no matter how powerful or clever, can fight God and win. They sealed their fate the moment they decided to come against you. This isn't about wishing harm on them. It's about understanding the consequences of their choices. They chose to hate instead of love, to deceive instead of speak the truth, and to curse instead of bless. They had the chance to change, to repent, to seek forgiveness, but they refused. They hardened their hearts, closed their minds, and continued on the path of destruction. And now they must face the judgment of God. This is not your battle to fight. This is divine justice in action. Their fate is sealed, not because you wished it, but because God decreed it. Their actions demanded justice, and God answered. Their words demanded consequences, and God delivered. Their hatred demanded judgment, and God gave the verdict. It is finished. Their time is up, and their fate is sealed. This is happening because divine justice is real. God sees everything. Every word spoken in darkness, every scheme plotted behind closed doors, every deception crafted to harm you. He witnessed it all. They thought they could escape judgment because they were clever with their lies, manipulative with their actions, and charming with their words. They believed they were untouchable because no one confronted them. But they forgot one crucial truth. God is not blind, and his justice never sleeps. Their fate is sealed because they went against a chosen one. They touched the anointed, and in doing so, they invited divine wrath upon themselves. They thought they were only hurting you, but they were challenging God's purpose. They stood in the way of divine destiny, trying to block what God had ordained. And no one can stand against God and prosper. They mocked your faith, but it was your faith that protected you. They tried to curse you, but their curses turned back on them because you are covered by divine grace. This is spiritual law. What they sent out has come back to them. They dug pits for you, and now they are falling into those same pits. They set traps for you, but they are the ones caught in them. They spoke lies about you, and now they are drowning in a web of their own lies. This is not coincidence. This is divine retribution. God is not mocked. Whatever they sowed, they are now reaping. They laughed when you were down, celebrated your pain, and rejoiced at your struggles. They felt powerful because they thought they had defeated you, but they didn't realize that your setbacks were only setups for a divine comeback. They thought they had the last word, but God has the final say. They tried to close doors on you, but God is opening new ones that they can't even see. They tried to break your spirit, but they only made you stronger. Their fate is sealed because they didn't just attack you, they attacked God's plan. They tried to silence your voice, but they were really fighting the message God placed in your heart. They tried to block your path, but they were standing against God's purpose. This isn't just about you. This is about divine destiny. They were used as instruments of darkness, but light has overcome. They thought they were powerful, but they are powerless against divine justice. They were given chances to change. God gave them time to repent, to turn away from their wickedness, to seek forgiveness. But they hardened their hearts. They refused to change. They continued to plot, to lie, to deceive, thinking they were invincible. But their arrogance has led to their downfall. Their pride has sealed their fate. They chose to walk in darkness, and now they are trapped in it. They chose to curse, and now they are cursed. This is happening because God is protecting you. He saw the harm they intended, the darkness they wanted to bring into your life, and He said, "Enough is enough." They were warned, but they didn't listen. They were given chances, but they didn't take them. Now their fate is sealed, not because of who you are, but because of who God is. He is a just God, a righteous judge, and His verdict is final. This truth may be heavy to accept. Knowing that their fate is sealed can bring a mix of emotions, relief, sadness, and even confusion. You may feel relief because justice is finally served. After all they did to you, all the pain they caused, and all the struggles they put you through, it feels good to know they didn't get away with it. You no longer have to carry the burden of their actions. You don't have to seek revenge or wish for their downfall because God has already judged them. But you might also feel sadness because you once cared for them. They were once close to you, people you trusted, loved, or even helped. It hurts to realize that they chose darkness over light, hate over love, lies over truth. It's painful to accept that they betrayed you despite all you did for them. You may wonder why they chose this path, why they let jealousy, greed, or bitterness consume them. But remember, their choices are not your responsibility. You did what you could, and now it's out of your hands. This truth is freeing because it releases you from guilt. You might have blamed yourself, wondering if you could have done something different, if you could have changed them or saved them. But their fate is sealed because of their own actions, not yours. You did not cause their downfall. They did. You don't have to carry the weight of their choices. You don't have to feel responsible for their consequences. God saw everything, and He knows your heart. It also brings peace because you no longer have to worry about them. They can no longer harm you, no longer plot against you, no longer interfere with your destiny. Their power over you is broken. They are trapped in the cycle they created, bound by the consequences of their actions. They can't touch you anymore because God has placed a hedge of protection around you. You are safe, free, and untouchable. Knowing this truth helps you move forward. It allows you to let go of the past, to release the pain, and to heal from the wounds they caused. You can forgive them, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. You can let go of the anger, the bitterness, and the resentment, because their fate is no longer your concern. They are reaping what they sowed, and you are walking into a season of blessings. This truth empowers you. You are no longer a victim of their actions. You are victorious because you overcame every obstacle they placed before you. You are stronger because their betrayal couldn't break you. You are wiser because their lies couldn't deceive you. You are blessed because their curses couldn't touch you. They tried to destroy you, but they only made you more powerful. Their fate is sealed and your destiny is secure. You are chosen, protected, and divinely favored. They cannot stop what God is doing in your life. They cannot block your blessings. They cannot silence your purpose. Their words, their lies, and their actions have no power over you. God has declared victory over your life, and nothing they do can change that. This means that you are entering a new season of freedom, blessings, and breakthroughs. With their negativity removed from your life, you can finally grow without limitations. Their toxic energy is no longer holding you back. Their lies are no longer clouding your vision. Their hatred is no longer weighing you down. You are free to rise, to shine, and to fulfill your purpose without interference. This is your season of restoration. Everything they tried to take from you is being restored. Everything they tried to block is being released. Every opportunity they tried to sabotage is coming back multiplied. God is restoring what was lost, repairing what was broken, and reviving what seemed dead. Your joy is being restored. Your peace is being renewed. Your hope is being revived. This is a season of favor and blessings. You will receive blessings you didn't even ask for because God saw the tears you shed in private. You will be promoted to levels they said you could never reach. You will achieve dreams they tried to destroy. You will walk in abundance because God is pouring out His favor upon you. This is a season of purpose and destiny. You are stepping into the fullness of who you were created to be. You are walking boldly in your calling, fearlessly pursuing your purpose. No more delays, no more obstacles, no more interference. Your enemies are defeated, and your destiny is unstoppable. You are chosen, protected, and empowered to fulfill your divine purpose. Now that you know their fate is sealed, your response is crucial. This is not a moment for celebration or revenge. This is a moment for release and elevation. Let go of the pain they caused you. Release the anger, the resentment, and the bitterness. Do not let their actions poison your heart. Do not let their betrayal make you bitter. You are better than that. You are chosen, anointed, and protected. God has already handled them, and it is no longer your burden to carry. Forgive them, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting what they did or allowing them back into your life. It means releasing the hold their actions had on you. It means breaking the chains of anger, pain, and bitterness. It means setting yourself free. They no longer have power over you, so do not give them space in your heart or mind. Pray for them. This may seem hard, even unfair, but it is necessary for your healing. Pray that they find light, that they learn from their mistakes, and that they change their ways. Not because you want them back in your life, but because you want to move forward without carrying hate. By praying for them, you rise above their actions. You show that their darkness could not corrupt your light. You prove that love is stronger than hate, and faith is more powerful than fear. Stay humble. Do not let their downfall make you arrogant. Do not look down on them or mock their consequences. Remember, pride comes before a fall. You are blessed because you chose righteousness over revenge, love over hate, and faith over fear. Continue to walk in humility and gratitude, knowing that God's grace protected you. Their downfall is a reminder of God's justice, not a reason for you to gloat. Focus on your journey. Do not look back. Their fate is sealed and they are no longer part of your story. Stop checking on them, stop wondering what they're doing, and stop hoping for their apology. Move forward with purpose and determination. Focus on your growth, your healing, and your destiny. They were a chapter in your past, but they are not in your future. Surround yourself with positivity. As you release them from your heart and mind, fill that space with love, hope, and faith. Surround yourself with people who support you, who love you, and who lift you up. Guard your heart and protect your peace. Their negativity can no longer reach you, so don't allow it back into your life. It's normal to feel conflicted. You might find it hard to accept that their fate is sealed, especially if they were once close to you. You might feel sadness, guilt, or even pity. It's okay to grieve the relationship you thought you had, the person you thought they were, or the future you imagined with them. Allow yourself to feel these emotions, but don't get stuck in them. They chose their path, and you must choose yours. You might also feel tempted to intervene, to save them, or to give them another chance. But remember, their fate is sealed not because of your decision, but because of theirs. They made their choice, and now they must live with the consequences. It is not your responsibility to fix them or save them. Only God can change their hearts, and they must be willing to change. You might feel anger or resentment resurfacing, especially when you remember the pain they caused you. You might find yourself reliving the hurt, the betrayal, and the lies. But do not let these emotions control you. Acknowledge them, process them, and then release them. They no longer have power over you unless you allow them to. You are free from their influence, and your destiny is greater than your past. Doubt might try to creep in. You might wonder if this is really divine justice, or if you're just being bitter. You might question whether you're doing the right thing by moving on without them. But remember, this isn't about revenge. This is about releasing toxic energy from your life and allowing divine justice to take its course. Trust that God knows the whole story, and His judgment is fair and righteous. Chosen ones, you are stronger than you realize. You survived everything they threw at you. You overcame every obstacle they placed before you. You kept your faith even when they tried to break your spirit. You continued to love even when they showed you hate. You are victorious because no weapon formed against you prospered. You are still standing because God's hand is upon you. You are rising above their actions, their lies, and their schemes. You are rising above their hatred, their jealousy, and their bitterness. You are rising above their darkness because your light cannot be dimmed. They tried to destroy you, but they only made you stronger. They tried to silence you, but your voice is louder than ever. They tried to curse you, but you are more blessed than before. This is your time to shine. This is your season of favor, blessings, and breakthroughs. God is preparing a table for you in the presence of your enemies. They will watch as you rise, as you succeed, as you receive everything they tried to take from you. They will see that their actions could not stop your destiny, that their hatred could not block your blessings. Walk boldly in your purpose. Step into your destiny with courage and confidence. Do not be afraid to shine. Do not hold back because of what they did or said. They no longer matter. Their opinion is irrelevant. Their words hold no power. You are chosen, you are blessed, and you are unstoppable. Chosen ones, their fate is sealed and your destiny is secure. You are no longer bound by their actions, their lies, or their hatred. You are free to rise, to grow, and to fulfill your purpose without interference. Their power over you is broken, and you are stepping into a new season of freedom, blessings, and breakthroughs. Let go of the past. Release the pain, the anger, and the resentment. Forgive them, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Pray for them, not because you want them back, but because you want to be free from bitterness. Move forward with grace, faith, and courage. They no longer matter, and they no longer have power over your life. Trust in God's justice. He saw everything they did, and He has judged them accordingly. Their fate is sealed because they chose darkness over light, hate over love, and lies over truth. They chose to go against a chosen one, and now they must face the consequences. You are protected, you are favored, and you are victorious. Walk boldly in your purpose. Shine your light without fear, love without limits, live without regrets. You are chosen for greatness, and nothing they did can stop what God has planned for you. Their fate is sealed, but your destiny is unstoppable. If this message resonates with you, stand tall. If this truth sets you free, walk in victory. If this revelation empowers you, live without fear. You are chosen, you are blessed, and you are unstoppable. The journey ahead is filled with purpose, hope, and divine favor. Go forth and conquer, for your destiny is waiting.